Right, let's get into the show. And I received this report from the UK this week, which I would like to highlight. And it was what was described as a momentous day for freedom in London. And the estimates are coming in of over 500,000 demonstrators. No, that's not a typo. It was over 500,000 demonstrators. And it was so vast, it took over 1.5 hours to walk the full length of it. And it was the biggest march that the people in the UK had seen in a long time. And the totalitarian state did not even attempt to try and stop us this time. When back on the 20th of March, we pushed the police aside like paper. We were 100,000 strong. Today, they didn't even bother coming to the party. The sound was definitely wonderful with music, drums and megaphones. The smell of burning sage and brightly coloured smoke marked our route as we snaked through the streets, turning this outpouring of love and freedom into a giant carnival. And the reporter said, we have once again defied the fascist diktats of this state that so arrogantly believed it could behave in a way it wanted without the people fighting back. But they were wrong. Its mass media pro-pagan arm did not know what to make of our demonstration today. It was that fast. And the media have been busy telling more lies, desperately trying to grossly downplay our numbers. However, media lies, along with the endless list of lies from their masters in government, mean nothing to us, because once our movement starts hitting the million mark plus, and every single person in this country are either attending them or know someone that is, its lies will crumble away to nothing. Once again, today proves beyond any doubt the power we have as a movement. When the state say no, do not come to London, and we say yes, we will. And it doesn't even try to stop our army, and we know we are winning this fight. That was Matt Single of One Freedom Movement. All good stuff, and I hope they continue to grow. Now, there was a legal document in the UK also that was filed on Wednesday the 21st of April. Request for investigation of the UK government and its advisors for genocide, crimes against humanity and breaches of the Nuremberg Code, issued to the ICC at The Hague on Tuesday the 20th of April. Now, we, the undersigned, issued a 27-page request for investigation to the International Criminal Court at The Hague with a view to asking that our allegations of genocide, crimes against humanity and breaches of the Nuremberg Code by the UK government and its advisors be accepted by the ICC and also investigated. Now, we believe that we have provided a compelling reasons as to why our government and its advisors are guilty of the above charges. However, at this stage, it is important to note that we are not required to provide all the evidence we have, which would run into several hundred pages and are limited to a maximum of 30 pages, simply to make an outline case as part of our request. Now, the ICC will review our request for investigation and assess whether they believe there is reasonable basis to proceed with an investigation into a situation pursuant to the criteria established by the Rome Statute. Now, the ICC does not provide a timeline regarding acceptance, nor, of course, is there any guarantee that they will ultimately accept our request for investigation due to a variety of reasons, including the fact that they are limited in their capacity to conduct investigations. And updates will be provided as and when more information becomes available. That is Melinda C. Main and Kiara S.J. McCullum, and I wish them good luck with that. I just have one issue with that, of going in their courts, and you tend to find it leads to a kind of pointless exercise. I hope it's different, but the courts are being ran by the Cohens, the high priests and priestesses of the dark forces. And like I've said to our law communal gathering group, we need actionable events, not high-profile clickbait actions that seemingly all lead nowhere. I wish they did, but past evidence shows it doesn't. So we go from the UK to Canada. Citadel bought up Royal Canadian Bank stock this week, and it immediately crashed 65%. So the Citadel buys the Royal Canadian Bank at 4 p.m. on Friday, and by 6:30 the price had gone from around $94 to $34. And yes, it is that Citadel. Our members will be familiar with it. New members won't be. Linked to the Blue Dragon crony, formerly known as Anne, as in Android, better known as Hillary Clinton. Now, we did a deeper expose in that group a while back and found out that they run the NYPD, which is why the NYPD have never released the Clinton abetting snuff-style videos. But maybe the major banks meeting late May will determine where we are heading, and it has the look and smell of a complete crash to me. And one has to ask what the lead global banker Kimberly Ann Goguin is doing to stop this, and perhaps she can enlighten us on her pay-per-view channel. The IRS is holding more than 29 million tax returns for manual processing, which has been delaying refunds for many low-income Americans as the agency struggles to adapt a slew of coronavirus pandemic or scamdemic related changes according to its internal watchdog. And as one would expect, IRS employees are stretched thin working through the manual processing of these returns, according to the National Taxpayer Advocate Erin Collins. So if a taxpayer's return is pulled for manual processing, there will be delays, and at least 8 million returns have been placed in suspense until an IRS employee can review them to ensure the taxpayers received the fully promised stimulus check money. Now, the IRS officials are also calculating the earned income tax credit and the child tax credit, which is two tax credits for lower income Americans that were expanded in President Biden's $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package, of which about 1/8 of that went to the people. And on top of that, 5.3 million 2019 or 2020 paper returns are awaiting manual processing, while 4.6 million returns have processing errors or fraud identification issues that require a response from the taxpayer. Now, the IRS also withheld 11 million business returns for manual processing. From a taxpayer's perspective, it feels like their return has fallen into a black hole. They do not know what is going on, when they will get their refund, why it's been delayed, or how to get answers or help, Mr. Collins wrote. Erin Collins. And that's because, in addition to a high volume of 2020 returns that need manual processing, the IRS is grappling with a massive backlog of processed 2019 paper tax returns and the Herculean task of delivering millions of stimulus checks. Well, perhaps they should have given it to the post office then, as was first requested. Now, Collins estimated that just 1 out of every 50 calls to the IRS customer service representative line is being answered, 1 in 50. And the IRS Commissioner Chuck Rettig previously told lawmakers during congressional testimony that the agency has received about 21.4 million taxpayer calls by the 2nd of April. The reality is, COVID has become, and it doesn't just apply to the IRS, it applies across a range of businesses. It's just the more clown ones use it for other purposes. But COVID has become another excuse to not deliver service in a timely manner, courteous manner, or even knowledgeable manner, and has allowed for more automated clownery via the answering service, when all you wish to do is press 0 to speak to an asshole. Now, a word used in political circles, more so here in America, called filibuster, and I suspect we will hear and see more of that soon. And it's been part of the US political process since the early days of the American Republic. Only in modern times has it become a common and powerful tool for political obstruction. So where did it come from? Well, it'll not be a surprise to our listeners, particularly those who listen to the Dutch Connection from Russia with Love Plus 3 show. Yes, it derived from a Dutch word for pirate or freebooter in the 19th century. Piracy for business, core piracy, and now piracy for government. Kind of fitting, if you ask me. The clown in New York is next, Andrew Cuomo. And his office won't reveal what it told the Justice Department about COVID-19 outbreaks in nursing homes. And he also rejected freedom of information requests from the Post and also other media outlets, claiming in part that doing so would be an invasion of personal privacy. Really? A public official? And they said, please be advised that portions of the record that respond to your request are exempt from disclosure pursuant to Public Officers Law, and that's squiggly snake S sign, 87 paragraph 2b, because if disclosed would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Yeah, right. And Jacqueline Clemmer, the governor's record access officer, wrote in a denial response to the Post, and also the Associated Press received a similar denial letter. Now, the governor's Cuomo's office to obscure the pandemic death toll in New York nursing homes, it has been revealed, was far greater than previously known. Remember, we highlighted this last May. Quite why it's taken so long, heaven only knows. And with aides repeatedly overruling state health officials over a span of at least 5 months, including the Commissioner, Howard Zucker, from releasing the true death toll to the public or sharing it with state lawmakers. and 2 letters drafted by the health department and meant for state legislators were never sent. I guess some CIA agent told them to recite that, and it all smacks of the National Security Act, which is designed to protect criminals only. But here's another clown who operates with impunity, it seems. The man with the square head like SpongeBob, John Kerry. And he tweeted denial on Monday that he told Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif about Israeli strikes in Syria. Now, the former Secretary of State, now Biden's climate change czar, said this never happened. Yeah, he's probably as senile as the president. Either when I was Secretary of State or since, except it's on record, Mr. Kerry. And newly released tapes see Zarif claim Kerry told him about Israeli intelligence operatives attacking Iranian interests in Syria 200 times. Now, Israel has previously gone on record to confirm that it carried out attacks in Syria numerous times. But the issue here is Kerry has apparently been caught revealing national security details. And yet again, it involves Israel. Yet again, the media are silent, and yet again, apart from one senator, nobody has called him to task. Off to another clown area and governor, California. And opponents of California's governor have said they now have enough valid signatures to trigger a statewide vote on his leadership. And the California's Secretary of State said that 1.6 million valid signatures had been verified, some 100,000 more than were needed. Now, Gavin Newsom, who's related to Pelosi, is a first-term Democrat who was up for re-election in 2022, but the recall means he will probably now face a vote this autumn. Still in California, just when you thought their world and America couldn't get more insane, up pops Caitlyn Jenner to run for California governor. Deary me. Just how more embarrassing can it get? No wonder it's called La La Land. The land of pure fakery just descends deeper into the pit of illusion, delusion, and lunacy, it seems. Still in California, for the first time in its history, the 93rd Academy Awards was being held at Union Station in downtown Los Angeles, which is an area that is plagued by homelessness. But come Sunday, when the fake Oscars were given out, the homeless will not be seen, or were not seen, anywhere near Union Station. And the report says from a man who lived in that region, said they came to us about a week ago saying that we had to move by Friday 6 p.m. because they were trying to clean up for the Oscars, and they told us if we didn't move, we're going to just demolish your stuff. That was a man living in a tent in downtown Los Angeles. And several roads were closed to the public. But the irony is, Hollywood is full of anti-border wall celebrities. And yet, there was 10-foot security fences were erected around Union Station in California to keep celebrities safe and the public out. Does anyone ask, why are they more important than the public? Now, all production-related impacts to Union Station will not be completed until today, even though the fake awards was Sunday, with normal paths of travel will be returning tomorrow. Now, there were signs posted to the fences that border Stark warning this property is closed to the public and no entry without permission. This is the same public who support their lavish lifestyles, I might add. And so they removed the homeless for a load of drug, alcohol and adrenochrome addicts who are mired in delusion and are about as fake as a glass eye. But there was some good news that came out of the Oscars. The number of people who tuned in to watch the 3-hour-long woke fest, that was the Oscars, hit an all-time low with just 9.85 million viewers. And the television ratings for the 93rd Academy Awards represented a 58% drop compared to last year's already record low of 23.64 million viewers. Oh my, the fake demigods are losing their luster and appeal. Well, I personally think that's great news, because the truth is the vast majority of these so-called celebrities are vacuous cretins.